Hey everyone tuning into this. So I wanted to do just a brief overlook of what essential oils are and why the quality matters. So I put together a few slides. It'll only take a few minutes and you'll learn why oils that are truly potent and pure really have the best effect and maximum benefit for us. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this in full screen mode for you guys. So first off, what are essential oils? Well, they're volatile aromatic compounds that are found in the seeds, the stems, the roots, the barks, the flowers, and various other parts of plants. So if you were to rub a peppermint leaf and smell your fingers, that's what you would be smelling, the essential oil aspect of the plant. And then if you look at in the bottom left-hand corner here, if you were to zoom in on the underside of the peppermint leaf, you would see these sacs protected by these spiky things. So in that sac is where the essential oil exists. So what this is there for is to help protect the plant from things like predators, it's to help with pollination, and it's to help keep the plant healthy and strong. So these are all important things for the plant's survival. So how we get the essential oil is we harvest the plants and then we extract and distill from those plants the essential oil, and then it's bottled up into these lovely things. So the thing with essential oils is not all are created equally. So we're just going to go through the grade of essential oils right now. So we're going to start on the left here with synthetics. So these are man-made essential oils, and you'll find them in your cleaners, your hand soaps, your products that smell really nice, but they're not delivering the benefits that they could be. And then we come to food grade essential oils. So these are generally regarded as safe, or GRAS for short, and they will be found in things like what you see here, your oils, things like your chewing gum, your mints. So even though these are regarded as safe for internal use, it's not something I would want to take on a daily basis. So then we step into the next category, which is therapeutic grade. These are great, but the essential oil industry is actually unregulated, which means that there's no laws governing what can and cannot go onto a label or actually into the bottle. So you could potentially go to the dollar store and find a bottle of organic, pure lavender oil, but it doesn't always mean that what's in that bottle is what it says on the label. So that's kind of scary for us. So doTERRA went a step beyond this therapeutic grade and created their own level of testing called CPTG. So what that stands for is Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. So they've really set the bar on what an oil should be, pure and potent. So what they do is they source their oils and their plants, obviously, because the oils come from the plants worldwide, where they thrive organically and naturally and abundantly, okay? So they're not just setting up a patch of peppermint on the side of the highway. They go to where the plants grow abundantly and in their natural habitat. So with things like the correct environment, the correct soil conditions, the correct elevation, all those come into what makes an oil really how max or how beneficial it can be, okay? So what they do is they source worldwide with ensuring proper methods for harvesting, growing, and the distillation. And they actually go through a 3-phase process for testing their oils. So the first testing stage happens right after distillation. So after the plant has been harvested and the oils have been extracted and distilled, and they review for the chemical composition. The second testing happens when it reaches the production facility. So this is where they want to test what was distilled and make sure that that was the same as what was received in this production facility, which is actually a third-party testing. So doTERRA doesn't have control of the lab. It's actually outside of them, and it's a lab where other oils are tested too. So, and then that's the second stage. And then the third stage of testing happens in the filling process. So when the oils are actually put into the bottles, they're just reviewing the chemistry again. So they want to make sure that the oil has remained free of contaminants and unexpected alterations. So all things that are really great for us to make sure that we get the max benefits of the oils. And then we're going to quickly talk about the heart of the company. So doTERRA really works on a global scale, and through their main sourcing impact called CoImpact Sourcing. So what this is, it's providing a positive difference in the lives of farmers, harvesters, and distillers that contribute to the oil production. So what doTERRA does is they source from over 40 different countries around the globe, and over half of those are developing regions of the world. So what they do is they don't come into these underdeveloped regions and set up shop and say like, doTERRA is here. They help work with the local farmers, the small scale farmers and the harvesters to create these sustainable jobs and reliable incomes for them. So it's really, really important to work with the ones that have been growing these plants and really know them for generations, and not just come in and think that we know all, right? So they work with them and provide them with these reliable incomes, and they also pay them with on time and fair prices. So I love using the example of vetiver, which is a great oil for relaxing. It grows in Haiti. So originally, before doTERRA came in, they were growing vetiver and harvesting it before it was ready because they needed the money. So what doTERRA has done now has come in and provided them payments throughout the year to sustain them and allow them to wait until vetiver really needs its optimal time for harvest. So it's not getting harvested earlier and then, not being as pure and potent as it could be. So this is really, truly an amazing thing they are doing. And then there is one foundation. It's a nonprofit organization called Healing Hands, and it's doTERRA's, nonprofit, and you can donate to it, especially through your monthly ordering if you want to. I support them every month. So what Healing Hands is all about is creating community-based and impactful projects to improve lives for these communities. So I'm going to go back to the Haiti and vetiver example because I just love this story. So what they were finding is in the community where the vetiver was being grown and distilled is that the people in that community, over 3,000 people, had to walk hours to get clean drinking water. So what they did is doTERRA eventually set up a drinking water station with an irrigation system. So it provided over 3,400 people with drinking water readily available in that community where they used to have to walk a couple hours. So this is just an example of what the money that this Healing Hands Foundation raises goes towards to help support these impoverished communities and ones that really need the support. So now after that, we're going to dive into using essential oils and the 3 ways you can use them. So you can use them aromatically, topically, and internally. So first up, aromatic benefit of the oils. Scent is such a powerful sense. Do not discount it. Once the oil hits your nose and travels to the limbic system in your brain, which controls your emotions and your memories, it is so powerful. So it can elicit very powerful and strong an emotional aspect to it and bring back those memories. Like remember when you were a kid eating your grandma's apple pie. So it's really, really powerful. Simply opening a bottle and smelling it, or diffusing, as you can see on the screen, diffusers is very powerful too. And taking a drop in your hands and taking a deep inhale that way, very, very beneficial to the body. And I love to diffuse my oils about 3 times a day to really benefit from this aromatic aspect of the oils. The second way you can use the oils is topically. So this is using it on a localized area. So say you have a patch of skin that really needs some attention. It's great for applying to different areas of the body too, not just on a problem area. But did you know that the pores on our feet are actually the largest? So feet is a great entry point for the oils into the system. So once you put the oils on the bottoms of your feet, it's directly in the bloodstream within 30 seconds and hits the whole body within a matter of minutes. So it's a great option for putting the oils on. You can get roller bottles too, like this, to make it easy to roll on the areas, say your feet, or if you want to do your spine, or say your stomach, or the back of your neck and your temples. There are so many great ways to use the oils on the skin topically. One thing I do want to mention with using the oils topically is that not all oils are created equally in terms of how they affect the skin. So some are very hot and spicy, and those ones need to be diluted down. But if you're dealing with babies and infants or elderly or people with sensitive skin, you want to dilute oils down that way too. So you can use a carrier oil. A great one is fractionated coconut oil, and doTERRA actually makes it. And what you would want to do is take a drop of the oil and put it in a teaspoon to 1 tablespoon of oil, and then you can just apply it on the skin. Dilution is great because it not only creates a larger surface area for the oil, but it helps drive the oils into the cells deeper. So that's really great about applying the oils topically on the skin, diluting them down so that all skin sensitivities and types can really benefit from them that way. And then finally, we'll talk about internal use of the oils. Now, I only recommend internal use for the oils if you're using a certified pure therapeutic grade oil, okay? So anything by doTERRA, I would trust to take internally. So what I love to do with the oils by taking them internally is put a drop of water in my lemon. So I love starting my days with a drop of lemon essential oil in my water. You can even add a few drops or a drop even directly under your tongue. You can get some veggie capsules and put some drops in there and swallow them like that. So those are really great ways to benefit from the oils. I love even putting a drop of one of the oils under my tongue to help with mood support. So you can have the benefit of like a lemon essential oil to support you internally for cleansing, or you can help with mood support. So again, using a pure therapeutic grade oil internally is recommended, and I wouldn't take anything that you don't fully trust. So that's really the basics of essential oils. We'll get into more on specific oils to use for what, but I really just wanted to shoot this video to make sure that you understand what essential oils are, why quality really does matter, and the company that you support, and the 3 ways to use essential oils. So I really hope this was helpful.